Hey guys, John here. Just wanted to do a quick tutorial for you. This is a Lightroom tutorial on how to create HDR images. What I have here is just a simple image that I did with the tripod, just looking down a street. And what I did was a 5-stop exposure bracket. And so we've got 2 under, 1 under, correct exposure, 1 over, and 2 over. So what we're going to do is an HDR merge with these images. So what we do is just select all 5 images, right click in here, and then go to photo merge, and then select HDR. Now you can see there's also a shortcut for that as well. So click your HDR and it's going to bring up this modal box here, and it's going to create the preview for us. It takes us a few seconds to do it, but eventually it will pull it up. And you can see there's some options here that we have available to us. We have alignment and some toning tools available to us, and some deghost. I don't really mess with these too much, to be perfectly honest, but other than the auto alignment, that's the one that you want to make sure that you have selected, because you never know when you have your camera that may be just out of alignment when you were clicking the shutter or whatever. So then go ahead and click merge, and it's going to take a couple seconds for that to happen. And you can see you have your progress bar up in this upper left hand corner. And there we go, we've got our new HDR. Now granted, it doesn't look that much different, to be honest, than the standard exposure, but what you can see is when we go into develop pane here, we've got some more functionality to us. So normally you, like when you're looking at a standard image and you're trying to adjust the exposure, the max you can do is 5 stops of exposure. But if you go to your HDR image, you can see now that we can go plus or minus 10 stops of exposure. Not that that's going to help you all that much, but you can use it if you want to. But the big thing, this is where it's really going to help out, is if you have a really large dynamic range that's in your photograph that you have. For instance, we've got the sun coming in here, and we've got a lot of dark shadows here, but we want to bring those out. A lot of times, like if we were to use default exposure and we start bringing up our shadows here, if you look in the shadow area, it brings in a lot of noise. Let's pull that in even more. You can see all this noise that it's brought into the image by pulling out the shadows. But if we do that same thing with the HDR image and bring up our shadows, you can see there's a lot less noise. You know, you're still going to get a little bit of noise in there, but there's a lot less noise compared to the non-HDR version. And so that cleans up our images quite a bit, and we can pull and push and a lot more than you typically can with just a single exposure. And we can do whatever we want to this image now. It's in a DNG file, and that's just a simple tutorial on how to create HDRs in Lightroom CC.